Oh, we got forward. Hey, Nani. You funny. You funny. We can't talk about it. I'll tell you later, but you funny. You definitely do be yapping, but it's okay. We need the yapping. We love the yapping. Okay, I like this. We have forward movement. Remember, I read past, present, future. And I don't read for gender. I read for feminine, masculine energy. And we all carry both. So we have forward. Passion and energy are driving you forward. You are ready to take bold action towards your goals. Stay focused, but be cautious of rushing into decisions without planning. Use the momentum wisely to achieve success. So I feel like this is the collective energy, right? And that's what these readings are when we over here on this collective side. It's what we're all working through, regardless of what cycle we're in, regardless of what phase we're in of our journey. It's all the same. So the energy is to move forward in a passionate energy. Hi, Melvin. And being bold towards your goals, but also not rushing things, but planning properly before moving towards it. Hey, Daya. Were you on TikTok? You don't be on TikTok, huh? If you over here. But thank you, Nani. You be so legit. Like, I love when you be moderating. Yeah, yeah. You need a raise. I need to give you a raise. I need to give you your reading. But don't feel bad. Like, I've been really slacking on my personals just because I had to get myself together with that energy I was feeling with my kids. But I'm getting through that. That energy is leaving. So we good. We good. I feel like they safe. But there's a momentum, right? You're getting excited. I don't like watching TikTok. I enjoy YouTube more. I love the honesty, Daya. I love the honesty. But it is a different vibe, huh? Because I do different readings here for you guys than I do over there. This one is more focused on like y'all energy, and then we go into get into the tarot, and then typically it's like the energy here is more healing. It's more you guys working through things than the energy on TikTok. It's more like people just like listening to it. So I get it. Y'all tell me about this mic, because, you know, I hate that I have to keep checking. Oh, I could see the green on my shirt. Maybe that helps. Yeah. So anyways, moving forward is the energy. Now we have mystery. The path ahead may feel unclear, but your intuition is lighting the way. Trust the unknown and allow it to guide you. Hidden truths will reveal themselves in time. Stay present and connect to your inner wisdom. So again, this is that forward movement towards your direction, right? But you don't know how everything is going to turn out. Spirit is like, it's not about you knowing how everything is going to turn out, but do move forward. But make sure you have a plan. Hi, Jeremiah. I didn't know what that meant. Did you know what that meant, Nani? And then we have momentum. Energy is moving swiftly and progress is accelerating. This is a time to focus on your goals and maintain direction. Opportunities are unfolding quickly. Stay adaptable and ready to act. Success is in motion. Okay. Hi, Cushy. So, you know what I'm going to do tonight since I'm on here and we haven't did it in a while? I'm going to do a collective zodiac reading. So we're going to do the storyline and then we'll do every zodiac at the end and give advice. We'll do that. So with momentum, we have the energy is moving now, right? So everybody is moving forward right now. Regardless if you're letting go of someone, something, or regardless if you are entering a new phase of your journey. Everyone is moving forward. And it's almost like exciting, but like a rush, because it's like something is a surprise. Something is a surprise. Something is coming together. You know when you have an idea, hi Isis. You know when you have an idea and then you're really excited about that idea, like, okay, I have this idea and this plan. It's that thought, and then it's like you slowly start taking action towards it, but you don't know if it's going to work or how. An example of that, it's like, I remember the first time I ever created a website, it was Wholesome Woman, but I hadn't really figured out what Wholesome Woman was yet. And I was in Christianity then. So Wholesome Woman to me just meant that like I was wholesome in God, right? Like I was like wholesome, but I spelled it WHOLESUM. And I remember I was creating the website because I had a best friend who was really good at that. She would like have the plan for everything, but she would never take action. But like she was so good at like planning. You get me? So I learned that from her. And I was the opposite, where it's like I love taking action, but I hate the plan. So I was a content creator, and when I was creating content, I would like, as soon as I got an idea, I would do it. She's the type that like she would focus on that idea and it would take her so long to take action. So we needed each other, right? But when I started learning from her and I came up with Wholesome Woman, that was the first time I was really sitting and contemplating like, what is this about? And for me, I've always loved women. I always love empowering women. So I'm not like a jealous woman. So Wholesome Woman was like me being a role model to women, right? From my like perspective. So that was always the surrounding energy of it. But then in that, I was into modeling, makeup. So it was like a blogging page I was creating. And I was going to teach women how to do makeup, how to do all these things that women love to do, that I could do, right? But it was like based on the Christian version of me. When I came out of that and I got into spirituality, Spirit told me to come up with Coffee with She and Tarot. But I kind of like navigated from Wholesome Woman. But I remember the exciting period where I started creating the website. The website was the first thing. Then I felt like it was legit, right? And then that fell off. The website died, everything, because I didn't go into it. Then I went on this path, but when I started creating Wholesome Woman again, sometime last year, I just started talking, right? And it's been growing on TikTok, and it's been growing. It was growing on IG. IG's like whatever. It's growing on YouTube, but my whole plan for it changed, but the baseline is still the same. It's about empowering. It's really now about empowering women and man, because my goal is that it's a part of helping them come into divine union, but first them understanding who they are, that they're whole and then some, right? So it's like, but I'm the wholesome woman. I'm the example of it because I am someone that takes my own advice, right? I do practice what I preach. But I'm empowering men and women. So it's not just a platform for women, it's actually for both. Because it's not a gender thing. It's just like my philosophy on life, on connections, on purpose, da-da-da. And it's the spirituality and the physical, the practicality of life. So that was the unknown at one time. So when I created it, which was 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, I didn't really have a use for it because I kind of had a plan, but I really didn't have a plan. But I did, right? But the plan changed as I went down the path. And then when I started up again, I had a different plan for it. And it's like now it's evolved into something that I didn't know it was going to evolve into. So that momentum is already there for me, right? Remember I said we're all going through these cycles in different ways. But sometimes I use myself as an example to draw the picture for you how that looks. It's not that I'm trying to talk about myself. It's that I'm trying to relate so y'all could relate, right? So that's the energy here where it's like, this plan is going to change. It's going to grow. It's going to turn into something beautiful. You don't know what it's going to do, what it's going to be like. So it's really your plan, but it's really the universe plan. You'll have an inclination of it. You'll have an idea of it, but the universe is going to make it so much more grand, so much better, bigger than you expect. Another example of that, it's like if somebody needs like a stylist, right? Like a hairstylist or a makeup artist or even fashion. Let's say you're going to something really grand that you got invited to, but there's a dress code. There's you get me? So it's like you don't typically go get your hair done or you don't typically dress up in that nature, so you don't really know what to do. But you know that you're going to go to this thing you've been invited to. So maybe you might put your trust in a stylist, someone that you can hire to help you with your wardrobe, someone that you can trust with your hair or your makeup. They're all going to suggest to you what is the best look on you. And then when it comes together, it's just beautiful little masterpiece. But it's like it turned out better than you expected, because if you would have done it on your own, it wouldn't have been as grand as what they prepared for you, because they were expert at that. So it's like, but those were different components of your look, your hair, your makeup, your wardrobe, right? But it came together so beautifully. And then when you get there, it's like you steal the show because you're the most amazing thing in there, right? But it's not even about you stealing the show. But y'all get what I'm trying to draw. It's like it turned out better than you would have if you would have developed it by yourself. So it's like the universe is giving you something better than what you expected or what you had planned for yourself. So it's like, allow yourself to move forward. Allow yourself to go into the unknown. This excitement is gonna come, and then let them lead you. So when you hit this momentum, when that energy is moving through, it's gonna happen so quickly, but it's gonna lead to success. So go where they're guiding you. Go where they're taking you. Open up to it. Open up to that path. I like that. Let's see which deck. Let's go with the classic. No, I actually feel like this one. All right, tell me more about this energy. Oh, we got the Emperor. What? Is this about the Emperor? Tell me more about this energy. Y'all, Ten of Pentacles. I feel like it's going to be a love story, but I feel like someone wants something in this moment that they don't realize that Spirit has something better for them in the future. And what Spirit has is way more than this person can envision in this moment because of what they want in this moment. What is this? Page of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, what else? Oh, they funny. They's funny. I think this story is, it is for the collective, but it's really now, it's a masculine energy coming out. That's why I said they funny, because it's a masculine that was trying to fight a connection. I feel like he was trying to walk away from this connection. but he can't walk away from this connection. He still keeps feeling drawn back to it. Spirit with their surprises. He still feels drawn to it. So even if he tries to pull himself away, he finds himself running right back to it. It's like a boomerang. So this is the forward movement that he has to make, but this is the mystery. This is the momentum. So I feel like the time is coming for him to reach out because that momentum is building up, but he has been trying to walk away from this connection. I feel like he's been battling his light and his shadow. We just had this reading on TikTok, but I feel like this is a different element to it. I feel like this is a part of this masculine waking up. He was going to go through this dynamic where he go back and forth, right? And what ended up happening is like his light won. You see how in the reverse, look, y'all see how she's completely different from this person? This person looked dead. This person looked like drained. This person, they low-key don't even look healthy. They look demonic, right? So this is like the shadow part of him. He hates it here. He doesn't want to be here, right? And it's like, but this is the toxicity that was trying to hold him back, hold him down, the familiar place, the comfort zone. But he won the battle and his light is shining through, right? His light is making it known, making it clear what his desires really are. So it's like, his darker side has been lying to him. His darker side has been trying to hold him back. His darker side has been, I feel like his darker side has been the leading force in this connection. But it was a fear of the unknown, right? That darker side kept him comfort in his comfort. But it's like he wished to be somewhere else. So regardless if he tried to fight this, he still was going to come back to it because this is not a masculine who likes being in the dark. This is a masculine who just learned to operate in it because he felt like that was his home, right? It's safer there. So his light is coming through now. Tell me more about this energy. Look at that. Look at that. We have the Knight of Cups. Why is the Knight of Cups here? Oh. See, he had to get here. He knows what he wants. 222, that's that new beginning. Hi, Lauren. So, this is the Knight of Cups. This is the Seven of Cups in the reverse. This masculine is not under an illusion. He's not confused. All the confusion is down. Remember, he tried to walk away. But I think the fact that he still keeps being pulled back to this connection and his light energy is winning now, he's now realizing, like, I know exactly what I want. I know who I want. And it's like he wants to be romantic. He wants romance. So we have the Sun. This excitement, this is that momentum that's coming in for him, is that he's no longer confused. If he was trying to figure it out, figure something out, he has clarity. He's watched something. He's observed it. He's learned about himself. I think he was trying to figure out what kind of life he wanted to have, because he's coming out as a King of Pentacles. So this is a masculine who, when they commit to something and they make a decision, they're going to connect to it. They're going to connect to it. No, this is somebody who, well, I don't know if they're blocked or not. That information hasn't came out, but this is somebody who was trying to walk away from a connection, but their shadow side was winning, but their light side end up winning that battle. So even if they try to walk away from it, they can't, right? They still feel pulled back to it because it's what they truly desire. That's all that we have so far. But this is just talking about how he's more sure of what it is that he wants now. He's not confused about what he wants, right? Thank you, beautiful soul. It's like he wants to explore the connection. He wants to date. And he's not dealing with anybody else. He doesn't choose anybody else. This really makes him happy. He's been learning. He's been learning about himself. He's been learning about the person he wants to pursue. But what I was saying too is that he's a King of Pentacles. So with him being a King of Pentacles, this could be Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. Don't have to be. But with him being a King of Pentacles, I always see the King of Pentacles as somebody, and the Queen of Pentacles as somebody as well that's at the end of their journey, right? Both of them have the stability that they've created for themselves. And when they create that stability and they've gone through their journey, they become Empress, Emperor. So the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles is pre-Emperor, pre-Empress to me, right? But it could resonate with you as that sign as well. Just take it how it resonates. But I see these as two people who are at the end of their journey, because he's ready to settle down. He's ready to create a home. But this masculine was someone who was very intentional about who he would build with. Look, we got the Empress. He didn't want to settle with someone that he would regret building a life with. He would rather be alone than give his love to the wrong person. So he's been in isolation thinking about this Empress. And remember, he tried to walk away from it because his shadow side, which was his fears and the negative part of himself, was trying to block it. But either way, it's like his light overpowered it, because his light was making sure that he wasn't holding himself back from something that he could have good for him because of his fears. And remember, that's what Spirit was kind of telling this person in the beginning before we got into the tarot. It's like, there's something up ahead exciting. It's a blessing. But this person might miss that blessing if they let their fears overpower them. So he's ready to settle down. He knows who he wants. He's made it that far. He knows who he wants, right? And then we have Six of Cups. We have Ace of Wands, Four of Swords, the Fool. He's met her already, but outside of him meeting her, he had to think about his past. He had to reflect on his past. And certain things was coming to his mind. He was receiving messages, downloads. See, with that Four of Swords, he was in this cocoon where he was healing, right? So he was trying to learn from this experience. And then it was helping him figure out if he wanted to take this leap of faith. So I feel like when he met this feminine, he had wounds that were kind of like, he had wounds. See, look, you see this girl sleeping with it? It's like she's sleeping with the pain. So I feel like betrayal was something he was familiar with. Hurt was something he was familiar with. His wounds became a part of the way he functioned. But I think that they kept him trapped, but it was a false safety. It was like a false idea of safety, where it's like, if I don't open up, if I don't give, then I will be safe. I won't ever hurt again. But it's like, that's not true. You're gonna be hurt either way if you don't go after the things that you want. If you get me? Because it's like, if you try to keep yourself safe from the things that you do want, you're so afraid that you're holding yourself back, and then you're still gonna always sleep with it, live with it, because now that's gonna be another wound added to this little cocoon that you're just like resting in. Like, this is a nest. This is like a bird's nest, right? So it's like you're adding these fears onto you. You're adding all this negative stuff onto you, and then just kind of like holding on to it. It's like it's become your home. Your heart is full of fear. Your heart is full of unworthiness, brokenness. So then if your heart is filled with that, you have no room to let somebody else in. You have no room to share your home with or build with, because you're so busy trying to protect it. But what you're allowing in it is pain, right? So him not going after what he wants because he's thinking, oh, I'm going to walk away from this and protect myself because it's safer for me to do it. He clearly wanted to stay away because he felt so much for this empress that he felt that she could hurt him, she could abuse him, and he didn't want to allow her to have access to that. But him being in that cocoon with his fears, well, in that nest, sleeping with those fears, is just as bad as him not taking the opportunity. Even worse, because then it's like he's festering more negativity into himself, more fear, more holdbacks. So now the way I'm envisioning him, it's like, I think the reality of him recognizing, I can't escape this. I can't walk away from this. And he keeps wanting to go back to it. It's like, for one, that's his light winning, but it's also now clearing out that nest where he's been sleeping with all this pain, all this hurt, all these wounds. And I feel like once that clears out, then he'll allow himself to be happy. Then he can take this leap of faith, because he has to go into this connection free. He has to go into this connection with hope, with trust. If he goes into this connection with fears and a lack of trust and all of that, it's going to manifest, right? He's going to hurt the connection even more. So it's like he has to get to a point where he has to travel light. He has to clear out his heart, not make it an empty space, right? But it's like he has to declutter the blockages that's been blocking him from opening up. From, it's like if you have a bunch of clothes in your closet to the point where it's like you can't even close the door, right? Because it's like all the clothes is just a mess. It's junky. You gotta clean it out. So it's some of the things you don't even need in there. It's just in there because you don't want to let it go. He has to go in that closet. He has to declutter. He has to take out, remove, and then he can close that door. But that door is indicating a chapter on on his life where all those wounds were there, because Spirit is trying to give him a gift. This Empress is a gift. This is the unknown. He doesn't know what it's going to be like when he enters this connection. He doesn't know what's going to happen with his heart. But it's not for him to know. It's for him to dive into it. It's for him to open up to it. Because what it actually is a blessing. It's something that will make him happy and excited. It's something that could actually even heal him. But this Empress isn't being used to heal this masculine. You get me? Like, this masculine has to heal himself, but she can be healing because what she will pour into him and provide for him, how she will love him. It's better than he would have ever imagined someone could love him. It's like she was made just for him, right? We have the Three of Pentacles. Why is it here? He's almost there. He's almost there. He's working through his fears. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the World. Completion. So he is completing the cycle. Nine of Wands. Two of Wands. He's fighting. He's fighting through. Now it's like he's coming into this cycle where he's fighting through. This is the last thing this masculine has to do. He's a King of Pentacles. So he's ready for stability. He's ready to bring someone into his world, but he's not 100% ready. I would say he's like 90% ready, right? Because he's aware of the pain now. He wasn't aware of the pain. It's like that little teddy bear that you're comfortable with. I said it. What did I say? He's comfortable with the pain that he was going through, the brokenness. I think he also believed that he wasn't meant to have love. He wasn't meant to have... Hi, Tam. He wasn't meant to have anything like that for himself. That's crazy. That's crazy. He felt like he wasn't meant to have anything else for himself. But that was his shadow energy. Those were the voices of people who manipulated him. This feels like a divine masculine who... They're a good person. They deserve love. But they've been hurt. They've been abused. But they bring a lot of joy into people's lives. Hi, Devon Har? I'm going to say Diva. Wow, it's 3:33 p.m. It's 1:03 here. That's that angel number. Yeah, there are a lot of people who manipulated him. There are people, I think, who was like that in his community too. It was like a... okay. This is explaining his reality, his world. So it makes sense. He's always been brokenhearted, so he learned to protect himself so that he wouldn't get brokenhearted. This masculine, like I said, there's somebody who is really good, but he's been in an environment... Hey, Loyalty. Hi, Simon. You know, I never seen Simon spell like that. That's a cool way. That's a cool way to spell it. Or is it Simeon? I'm saying Simon. Is it Simeon? No, I don't, Pharaoh. I don't even know how to do that. You talking about like that? I wish I could. I look like I'm over here crip walking or something. See, that still says Simon to me. I'm just playing. It says Simeon. Okay, okay. I got it now. Thank you, Gibson. Samian. That's crazy, Samian. Somebody probably called you Salmon too, huh? Almost sound like a little salmon. All right, but no, Simeon is good. I like Simeon. Simeon is nice. We just be illiterate sometimes. I feel like this is a masculine who, the society that they were a part of, everybody was like fake. Everybody is competitive. Or even if they weren't, let's say that it's just the way they grew up, their lifestyle. Status is important. Attention is important. Validation is important. Success is important. So it's a false sense of happiness, right? Because it's the idea of what success looks like. So I feel like this masculine was never truly happy in that world, but he learned to just be a part of it because it's that's what he saw, that's what he knew. You get me? So when he met this empress was different. So it makes sense why those fears came up. It makes sense why he held back, because he's never met somebody who seemed to be real. It's like everybody around him was about attention, right? Success, power. And he fit in because he made sure he was successful. He made sure that he blended in with them. But it's not who he truly is. It's not who he truly is. It's not who he truly is. So this was the manipulation, right? I don't think these people purposely tried to manipulate him. I just think that it was like he was under other people's doctrine idea of what love looked like, what happiness looked like. Even if he didn't feel it, he didn't feel like I don't know why I always have to use myself. Well, I do know why, because sometimes I just can't, because I understand the energy. I just, like for me, when I awakened, it was, but before I awakened, because I feel like this is before the awakening for this masculine. Before I awakened, I was really unhappy. I felt like but I would tell myself I was happy because I had reasons to be happy. It's like I was married, I had kids, I was doing something different than my parents. I didn't have marriages in my family. So I already thought that I was breaking generational curses. I stayed out the way. I was a Christian, devoted. I was modest, right? Didn't think that I was better than people, but my belief system was, like the way I was living, it was a lot more tasteful, classy than most people. So it's that societal structure of you being on top of the food chain, or you get what I'm saying? But it was like I was really unhappy. I did not like having sex in my marriage. I was tired a lot of the times. I felt alone. I felt like a single parent. Yeah, I really felt like a slave. Like if we're being honest, I didn't feel like I had a partner. I feel like I was, like my ex-husband was one of the children, right? But in reality, it's like I shouldn't complain. Like I should be happy. I'm married. I have kids. We're doing okay. We struggled, but it wasn't a struggle that was like we didn't enjoy life, because I knew how to make money work. I'm really great at that, right? So, but it was like that was the benefits of me being a wife. I was also like an accountant. I could flip some shit. I can save us tons of money, but I was still working so hard in that connection. But to everybody else, it was just like, if I even tried to complain about it, it didn't make sense to them why I'm complaining. Like, you have the perfect life. What are you talking about? So I feel like that's how this masculine was. It's like, he shouldn't complain about his life. His life should be good. He's successful. He's attractive. Everybody wants him. Why isn't he really truly happy? But then it's like he's breaking out of the matrix, because that's the matrix. That's what the matrix make you think, right? Because even in some churches, it's like some people get married because the pastor told them, like, you shouldn't be together out of wedlock. You shouldn't be having sex. And then people have those fears, and then they go get married and they realize later on, like, they're not really compatible with this person. They got married out of fear. They got married out of wanting to please God, right? But God don't tell us who to marry. We choose that. But it's like being underneath that doctrine, that system. Yeah. Like that system, it corrupts your thought process. So that's what happened with this masculine and his lifestyle he was living. It's like he wasn't really truly happy, but he didn't know anything else. He didn't know that there was a different way, another life. So his trauma was in the way of this connection. And then he finally, now he's breaking through the matrix. Now he's seeing, like, wait, I can have a different life. I can be happy. This is an illusion. So then there's also where he's realizing I was blocking my own happiness because of my lack of confidence. His blocking his own happiness was his fears. See, we got the Queen of Swords. Remember, he's coming out as the King of Swords. So he feels like their backs are turned against each other, but he feels this is representing him and that Empress. He feels like she's just like him in some ways. In some way, he feels a bond to her, right? Where he came out as a King of Pentacles. She came out as a Queen of Pentacles too. We just haven't gotten to that part. But what I feel like these pairs are matching, because an Empress and an Emperor, they have all of the kings and queens in them, right? So they match. So he feels like she understands him intellectually. Maybe the way she thinks. He's seen the way that she thinks. The way she thinks reminds him of him. He sees life the same way. Or if he don't see it the same way, something is opening up in him where it's like, I want to live that life. I like the way she thinks. I like the way she sees the world, right? It's like they both rationalize things. And I think that's what he likes. It's like that they both have the ability to rationalize things. Because you see that cup right there in that cage? He feels like she's not always emotional. She has logic to her. So remember I said this King of Pentacles, it's like he's at the end of his journey and he's ready to settle down, or he's getting ready to settle down. But he's this King of Swords where when it comes to planning, when it comes to being practical. So he doesn't rush and make decisions. He has to be really sure about it. But his trauma was blocking him from really connecting to that Empress because he wasn't sure about it. He wasn't sure about it until she was removed out of his space. But he's observed the way that she thinks. Page of Wands, the Tower. And see, we had Spirit speaking to him in the beginning, and he's like, his intuition, which is also her intuition, but it's his intuition telling him to move forward. Page of Wands. Go on this journey, right? I feel like it's unexpected for him, but she's going to be surprised as well. Because here goes the Queen of Pentacles. They're both at the end of their journey. This is the graduating class, right? And remember, if you guys aren't there yet, you guys will get there if you follow my channel and you listen and you do the inner work. It's going to manifest. But she's the Queen of Pentacles, so she's worked, right? With the Eight of Pentacles is about working. Two of Pentacles is about balancing, prioritizing. So her becoming the Queen of Pentacles, she had to work very, very hard on some things. She created something for herself, stability for herself. She's prioritized her life. She has a healthy balance of her light shadow energy as well. So she had to stabilize herself, right? And she feels something coming towards her. Some new beginning is approaching. And this is a surprise, but it's them. They're the new beginning. It's love that's coming towards her. And she minding her little business. I feel like she is reaping the rewards of what... Okay, Ben, you can block Ben, Nani, because Ben is becoming a distraction. With the Nine of Pentacles, I know you was trying to give him a chance too, because I'm like, I don't like just blocking people, but Ben is doing too much. So that Ben is disrupting the class. We're trying to learn right now, Ben. Don't disrupt the class. So with the Nine of Pentacles, it's like, I know you give him a chance. I'm like, look, Nani would have been hit them fingers. She would have been blocked them. But the Nine of Pentacles, it's like she's enjoying the success that she's created. She's plucking from her tree. She minded her business. She do not expect this masculine to come towards her. She's the most confident that she's ever been in her life. Like, and see, her confidence light other people up. Her confidence give other people hope. She pours into people. So her light, not only does her light grow, she share it with the world, right? Or those close to her, around her. And her confidence help other people tap into theirs. But she feels the King of Cups energy. She feels that there's a rebirth that either someone has gone through that's coming towards her, or she feels that she's about to meet a King of Cups. I love how this plays out. Because really think about it. It's like Spirit is drawing it. It's like all you got to do is focus on you on this journey. Learn your lessons through these connections. Keep choosing yourself. Keep loving yourself. And the love will find you. It's like you won't miss it. You won't miss it. Right? So it's really beautiful. It's like this feminine is going to get the best. And so will this masculine, because this masculine is coming towards her. This is his feminine. These two are fated and meant to be together. In this situation, it looks like these are counterparts that met. They went through what they had to go through to grow, and then they come back together at the end of it. Because when they moved on from each other, they didn't move on from each other to go be in other connections. They moved on. Hi, July. They moved on from each other to grow. She became more independent. She focused more on her money, what she was creating, and she's happy. She's not thinking about them. I don't think she has the negative perspective about them either. She's at peace. She's just focused on what she's been creating, because she knows that love is going to come to her when it's right, and not because like she's just being unrealistic and she's like sitting at home waiting for it to come to her. Sometimes when you manifest love, you got to go outside. You got to go out there, right? But she just wasn't focused on it. She's focused on what she's creating, because she know love will come when she's ready, when she's truly ready. And I feel like when she gets to that resting place, that's when she's really ready, but she didn't realize that's when she was ready. And this masculine at the same time is completing his trauma, right? Because he didn't go back to old connections. He was walking away from a community. He was walking away from old connections. He was addressing his wounds. So it's like they both come back around and they meet up with each other. But it's the right time now, because she's 100% in her Queen of Pentacles energy. He's 100% in his King of Pentacles energy. So now let's go back. Remember, he came out as the King of Wands. She came out as a Queen of Wands. We keep getting the matched pairs because this is a divine couple. She feels the opportunity approaching. It's like her dreams are coming true. Knight of Pentacles. But see, it's been a slow process. The moon is also intuition. Two of Cups. They're coming. Six of Pentacles, reciprocation. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, relationship. This is the end. Look, and then there goes Spirit. This is the end of her journey. She gets everything. She gets everything she worked for. She gets the relationship. And it equally gives to her the same way that she gives to it. So going back to this masculine is coming in as a King of Cups. He's coming in as a King of Cups because that's the part of him that he needed to open up. So in a way, this feminine has never met this masculine. He knows about her. He's observed her, but he's been silent. This is someone who's never opened up to this feminine. This is someone who never showed this feminine who they really were, but the feminine felt who they were. The feminine saw them anyways, but she had to walk away because they never wanted to show her who they were, and she followed where Spirit guided her, told her to go. And see, because she's obedient, see, this is where the energy connects. Because remember, this is all about lessons. Remember in the beginning, I said this is for the collective. Remember, Spirit is saying move forward. Like, even if you don't know what's going to happen next. This is a feminine who's walking away from this connection in real time. She's walking away from this connection, but Spirit is going to bring this connection back at a later time when it's ready and right. She has to become that Queen of Pentacles. She has to work for her own success. She has to go through this journey alone. She has to let them learn their lessons, heal their wounds. But they were supposed to meet. They were supposed to meet because they were both inspired each other. And then when that healing was completed, I feel like her independence was personal for her because she's never truly been independent. She's always had something to fall on or someone to fall on, or she's always kept herself in some sort of safety zone. So she had to complete this independence for herself. And see, ironically, it's like her becoming independent is what allowed her to receive someone who wants to give to her. Because she's given that all to herself. So she's not going to be independent in this relationship. Her man is going to take care of her, okay? He's going to take care of her. That's why he always was someone who said he's very careful about who he's going to pick as a partner, because he's going to take care of his partner. And he doesn't want to give that to someone who's going to hurt him. Hi, Kayenza. That's a pretty name. I don't know why my throat is doing that. So they both had to really like work through their affairs. She had to really grow strong in being independent. But see, it's crazy because who she is somebody who inspires, right? So it's like her journey wasn't just for her, it was for other people as well. This could be her community, this could be her family members, this could be her children, this could be people at her work. But this feminine is a light. Everywhere she goes, everything she touched, she's a light. So her journey wasn't just for her. Like if she thinks like, damn, why'd I go through all of this? Like all this pain, all this hurt. It was so that she could inspire others as well. She's meant to be recognized for the work she's done in herself, right? And that recognition isn't always like a success story of somebody blows up on social media. Social media ain't the only way to get recognized, right? That recognition comes from their surroundings, the people that they're meant to touch. You know, even when you go to the grocery store and you meet someone, you talk to someone, they're drawn to you. You just saying hello, it can be inspiring to someone because they're having a bad day. You're not judging them. But this feminine is like, she's a gift. She's a gift to the world. She's a gift to the people around her, the people that encounter her. But she had to learn how to be independent. She had to learn how to create some things for herself. And you know, that feels good when you create, like no one can take it away from you. And see, it's also that she gained wisdom. I never noticed that owl up there. It's also that she gained wisdom and she did things the right way. Like, remember how I said wholesome woman, right? It's not about her being covered up, right? You could dress however you want to, but it's about her not having to degrade herself. It's about her not having to do things that make her uncomfortable to get where she wants to get. This is a feminine who worked hard for what she had. Like, people have their own journeys to take. I'm not judgmental to anybody, but when you guys come across my channel, my platform, and you guys resonate with these readings and the journey, is for a specific group of people. I'm not for everybody. You get me? Like, just because I read tarot, it doesn't mean that like I'm reading everyone's energy. I'm reading a specific group of people. Thank you. Thank you, Nani. Hi, Michael. I'm reading for a specific group of people who are on a journey, who have a certain essence to them, right? So it's like this feminine is someone who did things the clean way. She didn't sell out herself. She didn't degrade herself. She didn't compete with anybody. She worked on her success one by one by one. Whether it was hard, whether it was easy, I don't think it was easy because she worked hard. That's the Eight of Pentacles. She mastered it, right? It's not that she just was building something and then it was going to be successful. It's like she mastered what she was building. She had to learn along the way. And she attained wisdom about herself, about what she was creating, about how to make money, how to use her resources. So much little things that matter. But see, all of that was also preparation for her counterpart. Ding, ding. It was preparation for her counterpart. Hi, Adrian. I feel that. Girl, I'm in that same boat with you. For my kids, I would do any fucking thing. See, and our kids are our soulmates too. We don't think about that. But our kids are our soulmates because I had a kid at 18 and I was heading down a crazy path, okay? I was a drug dealer's girlfriend. And we was outside with the we was outside with the pimps, we was outside with the crystal meth heads. Like, look, I'm over here rubbing my nose. We was outside with them, okay? My life was headed down a crazy path, but my daughter saved me because I was like, I ain't living this life with her. Oh, hell no. I got pregnant at 18, but Spirit knew that that's what I was going to need to change my life. I was too fucking free. Like, and then I got married at 21, really sat my ass down. So it was like, and see, my first child wasn't for my ex-husband. My ex-husband raised that baby with me. So it's like I was blessed. I was blessed. You know, most men don't want to take on somebody else's kid, but she was 5 months old. I didn't have baby daddy drama. I left her dad. He was in jail. And I settled down. I settled down with somebody that I knew loved me and my child. And then he gave me 3 more kids. But we were a family, right? So anyways, Spirit knew what it was going to take to calm me down. My spirit knew before I knew. So our kids are our soulmates too. They're our motivation. Life don't always play out the way we want. So don't beat yourself up for how things played out. That don't matter. Kids are innocent. If anybody have a problem with kids, they got an issue with themselves because kids are innocent. I don't care if I date a man who got 5 kids. If he loved them kids and he take care of them kids is my kids too. They're kids. You get me? They're innocent. What you talk about, Dan? Thank you for the compliment, but I know what you talk about. What you trying to get in your life. Yeah, my ex-husband's a good man, so I have grace for him. That's one thing I could say. Like, I have my issues with him as a husband, but he's a good man. He's a good man. And to this day, you can't tell him my daughter ain't his daughter. You better not even try to. We never did step parents, none of that. That's her dad. That's her dad. She's 14 now. So he was changing diapers. He was taking care of her. He was, we taught her how to walk. We taught her how to talk. She's more like him than she is me. Like, they're living with him right now, and he's invested in her school future. She's taking college classes. She's gonna graduate high school with her associate's degree. She got an email today from a university in Pittsburgh, and they were telling her something, but she was so excited, and I was like, look at you. And she worked really hard. She's into coding, she's gonna be a tech. She's a tech nerd. So that's his element with her. When she was younger, he put her on coding programs. He instilled that. So he's always been her father, and she knows the situation, but she don't feel like she's lacking anything. He's never treated her different. Like, he feels that's more of his child than his own kids. Because the other ones are more creative like me. Like, they're into fashion and all of that, but she's like a nerd. They can have conversations all day about that nerdy stuff, right? Book stuff, right? It is a blessing. So I commend men who, like, they really show up as men, and I appreciate him for who he is. Like, the masculine energy is important, even for girls, you know. And I had to learn that because I used to think just because I was their mom, they needed me more. But he really does set a tone with them where it's different. It's like that's the masculine energy that they need to also be in touch with, understand. Right? Because I've seen him stand up for our kids. I've seen him protect them. He don't play about them. He don't play about them. There's been times where I'm more easygoing. Like, we've had incidents with kids doing kid stuff, but you could tell they learning stuff from their parents, or like we pay attention to our kids, so we know when something is wrong. But he's gone up to the schools. He's tried to get the kids kicked out, like removed from being around our daughters. Like, he don't play. He do whatever he need to do. He'll go take off time work and he'll go deal with it. So I commend him. That's the masculine energy. It's the protector. It's the security. That's what it looks like. And it doesn't mean it's an easy job. You get me? So even like, and then what I also like is that, like, when I was being petty, when we was going through our divorce, like I didn't update him with things that was going on with the kids, but he doesn't care about the fact that I didn't do that. He still updates me because he knows how I feel about my kids. He knows that he's not trying to have beef with me. He knows they're important to me. So he's always put his emotions to the side, and he does what's necessary because it's not about me or him. So he's, from his standpoint, it's like, you're their mother. They need you too. They would be appreciative of you having the updates, you knowing, like, we're a team. We're not fighting against each other. We we don't have to hate each other to co-parent. We have a different dynamic now. But the love can still be there. We're just not in love with each other, but we still have a family together, you know? So because of his patience and logic with that, then it's like it taught me to calm down. Because, of course, I went through my period where I hated him. Like, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I'm already like, I be tripping, y'all. I do. Sometimes I could acknowledge that. Sometimes I do, because I have my own wounds. But, like, that was something we really had to heal through, because it was a lot. But he's a good dad. Anyways, the masculine energy is important. We appreciate you men out there, okay? You matter. But and then her creating something for herself was her being in her masculine energy as well, right? This feminine, this Nine of Pentacles. So she had to balance out her feminine and masculine energy to attract her counterpart. That's why she attracted someone who is a provider, because she was able to provide for herself. If she can't provide for herself, she's going to attract people who can't provide for her. That's how this reality works. We are what we attract, right? You know how they always say that? So it's like, if you want more for yourself, you got to do that inner work. You got to change yourself into the person you're manifesting, or you can't have it. The universe is going to block it. The universe is going to block it. I promise you. All right, let's compute this story. But I'm glad we've been having good storylines. Yay. What's going to happen with this connection? Are they coming into union? We have the Eight of Cups. Okay. Walking away and walking into. What are they walking into? Why do we got the Knight of Wands? I mean, Nine of Swords. Okay, good. There goes that King of Pentacles again. So, like, all the storylines is like, this masculine, he's almost there. His story keep coming out. He's almost there. What he's walking away from is the shame, the sadness, because this created internal conflict for him when she walked away. It made him feel ashamed. It made him feel sad. It made him feel so many different emotions, and then it also conflicted his mind. It stressed him out because she came into his world and she woke him up. It's like Imagine if you're sleeping and you're sleeping really good and like someone's shaking you out of your sleep. And you know when you get out of your sleep and you're discombobulated, and then they're just like talking to you, and then you're kind of irritated because it's like, shut the fuck up, I'm trying to wake up, like I don't even know what you're talking about right now. But everything is happening so fast. It's like that. It's like, but he went through so many different emotions because it's like he's trying to gather himself. It's like he just got slapped and he fell down and he's trying to get up, and it's like, what the hell? He got hit hard. That's the depiction that came to my mind. So it's like he's trying to get up. He's trying to get up off the ground. Damn, we heavy hitters. Oh, coffee with she. You say I'm a superstar? Y'all funny. Where y'all be coming from? Y'all just be like, do y'all really be following me? Or y'all be new in the chat and y'all just be saying stuff? Because y'all be popping out of nowhere. And I be trying to figure out, like, are y'all being a bot tonight? Or have y'all been here and y'all just now saying stuff? Y'all funny. As long as y'all enjoying y'allself and y'all keeping the chat nice and clean. Dan been hanging on that. You been thinking about blocking him, huh, Nani? Oh, you just met me. Okay, okay. You just found me too. You guys are welcome. You get me? But when people be tripping, when they be starting to get crazy, y'all will get blocked. I mean, y'all don't really be blocked. Y'all can still watch, but y'all won't be able to comment. Okay, good, Sister Monique. Well, welcome. I'm happy to have you guys. It seems like y'all having fun in the chat, so go ahead and have fun. So they're working through the energy. With the sideways, that's that in between, right? They're about to put this energy down. We want this in the reverse. We don't want them to feel ashamed. We don't want them to feel bad. This masculine has to forgive themselves. People make mistakes. People aren't perfect. It's not about being perfect. But he needs to be able to be brave and go after what he wants. It's understandable to why he reflected from the relationship. It's understandable to why he was afraid. His wounds needed to be healed. His feelings, they're valid. But I think that's the issue, is that no one ever validated this masculine's feelings. No one ever cared about his wounds. No one cared if he was hurting. No one cared if he had mental stability. No one cared. So to meet someone that cares, like an Empress, that energy is foreign. It also feels like you're not deserving of it, or it feels like it's a scam. You about to cheat me out of something. So in reality, it's like he didn't really know how to respond to that kind of love. But I think when she finally said, "Oh, you know what, I'm going to walk away from this because you hurt me," that's when they realized, like, no, I can't walk away from her. I can't. I care about her and I want her. Like, but I've been afraid. Why? And it's like it made them look at their wounds. Because like they knew that she wasn't lying. They knew that they were treating the situation unfair, but they weren't purposely doing it. You get me? But then they understood because they have the logic to comprehend, to rationalize. This person is fair. So it's like they're able to see things from a different perspective once that perspective is presented to them. So I think when she walked away, they try to understand where she was coming from. Why did she do that? They wasn't. And then the other thing is that at that time that they met her, they weren't as strong. They changed as a result of meeting her. So it's like now when they come in as this King of Cups, they're stronger. They're more ready because they addressed the wound. So they're finishing out that cycle where they're no longer afraid. They're not sad. They're not scared to move forward. Now they can give to the connection. And I think that they will. They feel like it's their job to protect this connection. Look, the Hermit, they're being guided back to her. Like Spirit has told this masculine that this is your feminine, you're supposed to protect her. Now, if you didn't protect her in the past, you made mistakes, that's okay. You didn't know. You had to learn, you had to grow. She helped you grow. So it's like when they met, they were supposed to be, she was supposed to help him grow. You get what I'm saying? She was supposed to help him grow. And then he would be ready for this connection. So he wasn't able to protect her back then. He could barely protect himself. You got to be able to be everything for you first. So money, status, all of that ain't what it is to live life. That's why we be feeling broken and missing. Because if we're comparing our happiness and joy to the things we have, we're never going to get happy. We have to really look at what matters to us and what do we really want. And every human desire love. Like, that's why we cling to our friends and people that love us, because even our community, because it's like that's where we feel love. So they're going to come back together. He just has to finish out his healing. And that's why the universe is telling him, don't pursue this feminine until you are 100% clear on why you're pursuing them, what it is that you want, and going after that, and not feeling like being unapologetic about it, right? Like, you don't owe anybody an explanation for what you want or why you want it. Don't nobody need to understand. If we have that thinking around who we love, we got to change that. So it's like all of those things. He has to not care. He has to do this for him. So he first has to choose himself, and then he chooses her. Then he chooses her. Hey, honey girl. Yep, they gave you the best present. No matrix, just truth. Smiles for Dan. Hi, Julia. Shout out to the moderator. Good job, Nani. Nani was on it. We got 45 likes in the chat. Ooh, ooh. Okay, the chat was good tonight. You guys are doing great. If I want more kids, yes. I want some boys. But I feel like I am going to have sons. I've always wanted twins. They could be fraternal, but I just wanted 2 boys at once. Because I have 4 daughters. So I've always wanted boys, but I could never make a boy. But I think, I mean, that does have to do with the masculine. They choose the sex. But I think that my husband, because I feel like I was very masculine. I do believe in that. I feel like the feminine has to kind of be like submissive in her role. Like when you're making the child, the masculine has to take over. And that testosterone is going to like be pushed out into the sperm. I don't know. It might not be true, but that's what I think. So I feel like my husband that I choose this time, I'll be able to have a boy. But I want at least 2 boys. I mean, I'm willing to give him as many kids as he wants. I want a lot of kids, so I don't mind. I would have up to 8 to 10 kids. But if he only wants like 2, or one is fine with me. I just want a boy. What about when you're the DF and a man? Oh, the divine feminine. You can be a divine feminine in the as a man. And the thing is, like, when you, but it depends on who you want to be, like in the connection. Do you want to be more of the manly person, or you want to be more of the soft, nurturing person? Because in spirit, the DFDM is not physical. It's not about physical, because if we remove our flesh, we're left with a spirit, and the spirit is feminine, masculine. So breaking it down, it's like the physical is just a representation of it. So woman don't equal divine feminine, but most women carry divine feminine trait naturally because it's nature. Then the masculine, the male energy, is the image and the physical in nature. But then male female is more of a nature thing of like manly, womanly, right? So like the womanly dynamic in my nature is me doing the functional things in society, like cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids, all of that, right? Like it's natural for us women to do that. Um, the feminine energy when it comes to just the energy and not the gender of like female, male, the feminine energy is the creator. So it can get confusing. I don't want to confuse y'all, because then in that sense, it's like the feminine energy is really the masculine energy, the like how man operate. So it's like an example of that. If you see divine feminine energy in a man, when he goes to work and he's doing like construction work, he's building something, that's feminine energy, but we attribute it to being masculine, right? Because men are strong in nature, so men do that heavy lifting thing, but the feminine energy is the real creator. The masculine energy in spirituality is the blueprint. So he has all the information and the woman creates out of that information. But when we break it down, it's kind of switched in society and our gender. So it's like the way that looks like in a household where that spirituality can work is that the man brings in the income, the money, and then the feminine nurtures that. So she creates out of that. So she can make all the payments, right? She can put aside the savings, put aside what's for fun for the kids. She's like the manager. So what he gives her, it's like what she's managing out of. So what I teach is like when it comes to picking a partner, you pick the person that you can afford. You pick the person that you have the same desires for when it comes to your lifestyle. That's what equally yoked is. So it's not about what anybody's definition of success is, it's yours. If you find someone who's more out of your league, you have to match their energy to be able to build with them, right? But it's not about gender roles, and it's not about like man or woman, because a woman in her masculine energy, this is what it can look like. Because I believe both people do have to have their stuff together in the first place. They're on the same level, right? But a woman in her masculine energy, she also takes care of her masculine, like physically. Like she can also spend money on him. She could also take him out to eat, plan dates, and care for him, right? Be the giver as well, not just the receiver. So it's like it's not a female male thing. It's gonna always switch back and forth, but there is somebody who does that role predominantly. So if you're a male and you're the more nurturing role, you might take more pride in like spending time with the kids and taking care of the home. Like, that's not a woman thing. That's not a woman's job. There's men that love to cook. So it's like they might be better at it than the woman. So he'll make all the meal prepping and plan all the food. And you get what I'm saying? Like, doing things like that. So each household is like different for what those people want. Like, I'm a businesswoman. I'm a go-getter, but I work a lot from home. I'm a home internet remote working type of person, right? But I can take care of my family because I create my own schedule. Um I can delegate between my work and my family dynamic. So right now I don't have those responsibilities, so I could get online whenever, and you get what I'm saying, but I still know how to do it. I've done it before, I've managed it. Um so it's like I'm always in a masculine role and a feminine role, because to run a business, that's a masculine trait as well. I'm just not manly. I'm a woman, I'm womanly, but I'm using masculine energy to, it's not about how I feel, it's about what I'm showing up to do. So in I'm more so in the like air energy of myself than I am the water energy of myself, right? Because no matter how I feel, I still got to show up for work. I still have to, I'm a truthful, honest reader. So it's like I won't sugarcoat things. It's like you're teaching a classroom. So if you're teaching a classroom, it's very disciplined, organized. And remember, who's the blueprint? The masculine energy. The masculine has the plan. The masculine has everything in order, set up. But see, we like to switch it and we say that's the feminine. She's the one. More men are more organized than women, because more men think about things logically, right? But this is when they're really mature. So they're actually better organizers than females are in nature. Women are more like, we make it work with what we have. So a woman like me, like, I'm very creative. Most divine feminines are creative because they can utilize what they have. So they'll create out of what they have. That's why we're the ones that created clothes, right? When we were cave women, cavemen, we created that to put on our bodies and all of those things. We built fires and learned how to cook food because it's already in us, right? So it bounces back and forth though, because again, if you think from the perspective of our flesh isn't our spirit, it's just the avatar that we're in. Our spirit has no gender, just feminine, masculine energy. And we all carry it, so we're all the same. The only thing that makes us look different is our gender. But because we are in these bodies, it's some sort of, I won't say limit limit to it, but that flesh does influence our energy, I would say. Because your spirit in it, it's like, how do I explain it? It's like your spirit is like the thing that navigates the body. But even with spirit, it's like you have so many different spirits that run through you. See, this is the type of stuff I'm supposed to be talking about on the podcast, but y'all got me talking anyways. But it's like your spirit runs through you. So we have different spirits. That's why, like, when you drink, they're like, it's all these spirits. Different people come up out of you. And depending on how attuned you are with yourself, you'll feel when you're changing. This is what I also call personalities. It's different spirits. Like anger, joy, laughter, those are spirits. You get me? So your spirit isn't your soul. That's two different things. So we have many different spirits. That's why it's like we say spirit team. This is my spirit team. But we have one soul. So your soul is all knowing. Your soul is connected to everything. My soul is connected to your soul. Everybody else's soul. We're all one soul. One, you get me? But we operate out of different spirits, and our souls have different ages, but we're all one soul. Like, well, not one soul, we're one energy. One, you get me? We're all one. Energy doesn't have a face to it. Energy don't even have a vibe to it. Like, I mean, it does, but y'all get what I'm saying? Like, you can't see energy, right? You can't see it. So if everybody's bodies just stripped away right now, it would just be energy that's circulating the earth, the world, and that's us. But we're all that, a part of all that same energy, whatever that is. We're not as individual as we think we are. Like, everything that I'm saying right now, it's already predestined that I would say that. Even me saying this, so it's not that I'm really controlling it. It's like, this is like a game. But that's gonna go over some of y'all heads. But this is like a game, right? So it's like we're not really that separated. It's an illusion that we're separated, because this world is an illusion and we break the illusion. So the more enlightened you become, the more you realize like how to manipulate energy. You can have the life that you want. You just got to create it, but you learn how to create by manipulating energy, turning into negative into positive. But you can't see that power. You can't, it's just something that you do, right? So that's the same thing that I'm saying with energy. You can't see it, but we all are the same. So, and our bodies is the avatar. And the world really is about love, and it teaches us how to love in different ways through different experiences. So I always like to bring up gay people because I feel like they're the first example. They go through what we've gone through on this spiritual journey. You get ostracized. People think you're crazy. People don't like respect your thinking, your value. You get betrayed and hurt, and just because you don't agree with society's structure, you don't live by it. So it's like when gay people choose each other, it's different, right? It's like people have so much to say about it, like, how can you fall in love with the same sex, or that's wrong, or da-da-da. And then it's not as black and white as people try to make it. Like, not everybody's been molested that chooses that. You get me? It's what their soul wants. Because it's not about the gender. It's about the attraction of the feminine, masculine energy, which we all carry, woman or man. We have both. So then love teaches you that love comes in so many different forms. Then you have love in same-sex in different gender relationship where it's like they're so opposite, right? But they love each other. That's another form of love. Then you have people who got age gaps. That's another form of love. It's not for us to all understand. It's for us to be non-judgmental, love who we love, and grow in love, rise in love. Put that out there into the world and enjoy life. You get me? So this journey is just really cool. It's really eye-opening, but it's like you have to really just go on it. You have to go on it because you got to let the universe take you places, and you got to learn to let go, detach, and just enjoy and not worry and have fear, because even when you die, there's no hell. That's not real. Hell is right here on earth. You can live in hell or you can live in heaven, but you got to create it. So your life should be peaceful. Even the people, sad to say, that murder and molest people and all that, there's no hell for them to go to. That's just the life that they chose to live out in this lifetime. When they die, they're not gonna come back as those people. Who gonna remember them? They get to be somebody completely different. So when you die, your face, none of that matters, because you're not gonna even, you come back into this realm, you're not even gonna remember that you was that person. No one is gonna know. There's no way to prove that you already been here. So there's just no right or wrong. That's why I say, like, even with these energies, it's not right or wrong. It's people are traumatized, people have experiences, and it's choices that we make. But we have to be accountable for the choices that we make and for what we want and direction we choose, right? So yeah, it's a beautiful journey, but it's turbulent too, and it's happiness too. And that's life. Life is up and down. But if you can hold your joy, if you can hold your peace, if you can be happy through it, you've already won. Because it's about finding your own joy, not nobody else's, yours. So eloquently put. Thank you, honey girl. I'm just over here talking. What happened? He was just being nice, Dan. It's okay to take props. It's okay to take credit. Don't be like that. That's that pride. I don't think there's nothing wrong with what Tam said. And I know you corrected yourself, but y'all gotta learn to take that compliment too. Don't reject it. It's good to be recognized. I just do it naturally. I'm gonna be on here and this mic. Somebody was like, I need to do ASMR. I'm like, y'all trying to really put me to work, huh? Girl, I am. Thank you, Rose. But what else was I saying? Okay, good. I'm glad you guys got peace. We ain't fighting up in here. I'm gonna check y'all, okay? Good. There we go. There we go. It's all love. It's all love. Leroy, what is you talking about? I know. I just be over here with my little. Let me see. Let me get my ASMR voice on. So tonight we're going to coffee with she and Tarot. I don't know what we're gonna talk about. What would you guys like to talk about? No, it's this lady. I love her ASMR. I think that's how you say it. She puts stuff on the mic and then she be doing all of this like crunching and noise, and like she's like, relax, right? Like let the headache go away. Calm down. I know you've had a long day. And she's just like, I'm like, oh my God, why do I feel it? I feel like this lady massaging me. BBGG for life. This was a SM. I can never say it. Y'all see how I say it so slow? ASMR. Cause I still be impressed. Like y'all really be sitting here listening to me talk for like 3 hours, 4 hours. I appreciate it though, cause I love to talk. I love to talk. Y'all funny. YouTube guidelines considered. I know YouTube and they damn guidelines, like, but I'ma see. I might do like a ASMR Reiki session because that's healing, and I'll probably put it in the shorts. Because I've been trying to figure out how can I utilize that. I did a bad bitch video today in them shorts. I was talking shit. So I would do stuff like that, but I'll do the fun stuff in the shorts, and then we'll keep the collective, and then we'll keep posting over there, and then we'll do the zodiacs on the video section too. Thank you, honey girl. But anyways, y'all, it's 2:10 my time. I need to take this makeup off. I need my beauty sleep. I will see y'all tomorrow. Okay. Cardi had me feeling myself. But it really be like that. Like, you know, people be hating on you just because you powerful. But don't let it phase you. You just that bitch. You just that girl. Or you just that boy, that man. Right? Like, you him, you her. So that's just how that go. And that's what the divine feminine and masculine is. They are the alpha females and males. Thank you, loyalty. I like that cat. That's so cute. But anyways, I love you guys. Blue Butterfly Gang Gang, BBGG. I will see you guys tomorrow. And you guys have an amazing, beautiful rest of your night. Thank you guys for being an amazing chat. I love you guys. You guys are perfectly amazing. Sweet dreams.